Let's go to Cameroon now, where Catholic bishops have been accused by a group of parents of being responsible for their children not being taught for the past 4 months. And they've dragged the church representatives to court, claiming they back the teachers in the Anglophone region who are striking in protest at alleged domination of French in schools and courts. Now, the group of parents, led by military men, are demanding $300 million for general damages and to refund tuition fees that they paid for their children since December. Our reporter, Randy Josa, met Father Humphrey Tatambwe, the Director of Communication in the Catholic Archdiocese of Bamenda, and first put it to him that the church is tacitly encouraging the strike.
The church was never consulted when the strike order was given, nor did the church sign, and the church is just a victim of the circumstance like every other Cameroonian is victim. I do not see in any way what we have done, either negatively or positively, to show that we are supporting the strike.
As a priest who cares for people, how do you feel about children who've not been able to attend classes for 4 months running now?
I don't need to be a priest. Anybody who is of right thinking would definitely feel bad about the fact that children have not gone to school. Even those who are instigating people not going to school, not one person is happy at the situation in which we are. However, we seem to be leaving the real problem that is causing all the issues and looking at effects and not tackling the issue. When the teachers complained and the lawyers complained, these were two key avenues of the real problem that Anglophones have, which is a much deeper problem, a problem which the bishops articulated very well in their memorandum to the head of state, and which if they had followed and just read what the bishops have said, I am more than sure that we would have by now resolved the problem. I feel bad that children are not going to school. No normal person would feel happy, and let nobody feel that he has more interest in children going to school than the rest of us.
I've been talking to a lot of parents, and there are some who say they're even prepared to withhold their children from school for about 3 years as long as they get the right answers. Is this what your parishioners have been telling you?
Most of the parents are very determined and they are free to do whatever they want with their children. All I can pray, and any normal person will be praying, is that the forces that be, the powers that be, do everything, I mean everything they can do in order to make sure that the school year begins. And it is not very difficult. If you look at them, the decisions that the teachers arrived at with the government, if in fact government took these seriously and made people believe that they would also apply them as was agreed, I am sure that this case will be over in a minute. But the problem now is an issue of confidence. Do people trust what is being said? We are better off if we resolve it now. The President of the Republic himself recognized that there are legitimate problems.
You are also being accused of endangering public peace. Are you surprised with that accusation?
More than surprised, because the church over the centuries has never at any instant been a propagator of violence. The church has always been for peace. Even in this country, the church is the best broker of peace that you can have. It is strange if somebody starts accusing us of not brokering peace but fostering violence. Those who are saying it have the facts in their hands.
2 military colonels are leading this consortium of parents against the church. Do you think there's a hidden hand behind this case?
One of the parents have already declared that he doesn't know anything about it. The PTA, which is the legitimate body that speaks for parents and teachers in Catholic school, has dissociated itself from this so-called consortium. Whenever it was formed, nobody knows. Since these people have brought us to court, let us reach court and see whether they are the very ones who can defend what they have written. One does not need to go to a law school to see that there's something absolutely childish and not worth being brought to court.
I've seen a lot of mobilization in town, not just amongst Catholic Christians, but amongst the other churches, Presbyterians, and even Muslims and Baptists. Would you think this problem is taking another dimension?
I'd say if we are not careful, it could take a very serious dimension. No one would wish that. But I think the mobilization, you saw it yourself. I suppose it was one of the reasons that would have probably caused the postponement of this court case, because the mobilization was frightening. It was virtually the whole country that was taken hostage, and everybody, because it's the first of its kind.
Let's go